But experiences, I've done everything. I've jumped off out of planes, bridges. I've done a lot of things in my life.
Are you an adrenaline junkie?
I'm starting to believe so.
Once we were spacemen. I tend to play weird people, usually aliens and robots and things that don't have romance.
I once didn't get a job where they were looking for a Nathan Fillion type. Once we were spacemen.
Once we were spacemen.
Alan, I have a prediction.
What's your prediction, buddy?
You are going to, in 1 hour from now, absolutely adore Lisseth Chavez.
Okay. All right.
It's the Lisseth Chavez guarantee.
She's 100% satisfaction guaranteed.
100% adorable, guaranteed. Yeah. Yeah. You're going to adore her. She's clever. She's relaxed. There's just so much going on, Alan. How do I explain? Except for just...
You know what? I saw her on that TikTok.
Yes.
With the chicken dance.
This is something that she is oddly famous for, yes.
So if you watched that when we talked about it before...
Computer, what episode was that where we talked about that?
Episode 32, Once We Were Fake Private Eyes with Eric Winter.
That's right. That was with Eric.
So so that's my experience with her. And she's like I said during that, there's something about her that's just infectious. Her enthusiasm. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yes. She's overwhelmingly positive. You always want her around. She's a wonderful addition to every room. You know, the idea that you never know your effect on a room because you're not there before you walk in. Your only experience is your presence in a room. So you never know how your presence affects a room.
Right.
Liz is one of those ladies that she walks into a room and everybody goes, hey.
All right, let's meet her.
Let's stop talking about it. Let's meet her.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Once We Were Spacemen. We were those spacemen, and at times we wore dresses like women. I'm just telling the truth in space. You don't have to answer for your actions. It's like being on an island. Things get a little weird. You talk to volleyballs. You change clothes. Do mix-em-ups. Whatever. We were spacemen who are also women, which is why we're talking to a woman today. And the women out there shouldn't feel different because they're not men and they're still in space because they're on Earth and it's a spaceship with Nathan Fillion and Alan Tudyk.
And Lisseth Chavez. Liz, this is Alan. Alan, this is Liz. Have you guys ever met before?
Hey, Liz.
Hi. No, first time.
No, we've only met on... I've watched her. I've been a fan.
Well, yeah. Well, you're both on the same show. You both play characters on The Rookie.
I played a guy named Elroy who was...
He's a crime scene cleaner.
Is there a chance of you coming back, doing a crossover, or coming back to the show?
Always a chance.
I suppose there's always a chance. I've been back again. I came back again and had evolution in my character.
How long have you been on The Rookie?
I've completed 4 seasons.
So you came in season 4?
Season 5.
You came in season 5?
Season 5.
And she plays the character Celina Juarez, which is how she introduced herself.
Celina Juarez. I know, that was my intro. Yeah, that's how I introduced myself when I met everyone for the first time as Celina Juarez.
As a character, you have to stand up in front of the entire the bullpen. What's that meeting room we have? What do we call that?
Yeah, it's like the just like the bullpen, right? The roll call room.
That classroom area that is all the chairs. That has a different name.
She's right. It's roll call.
My God, clearly we've been on hiatus for a little while. But you have to stand up in front of all the other police officers and you have to identify yourself and you have to give your badge number. And Celina Juarez is the name of Lisseth's character. And she stood up and introduced herself as Celina Juarez. And that wasn't your first day though. That was like your second.
It wasn't my first day, but it was my first time meeting everyone. I had met everyone just like separately, but first time, and it was, I'll never forget, 53397, Celina Juarez.
Yeah, I don't think any of us will forget that. It was memorable. It was very memorable.
Yeah, but it also helped break the ice because it was like a good laugh. And I was like, okay, well, can't mess it up the second time.
But Liz, this was not your first gig ever. You had more than a handful of jobs before you ever came to The Rookie. You were not a newbie.
Yeah, no, it's also my second procedural. I was a cop once before, except I wasn't a rookie. I was in the intelligence team. But it always feels like the first time. Every show, every space, I feel like it's different. Even every director feels different. I'm like, ooh, how... You know what I mean? I always feel like I'm green.
Alan and I talk about our beginnings a lot. We talk about the beginning of our journey, the stuff that happened in the. You're not. It's fresher for you. It's a long time ago for us old timers, but for you, it's a little fresher. And I have to imagine a bit of a different experience in Los Angeles for a young Latino woman than it was for us. What is it like being you in the industry?
I have identified as a Latina woman at one point in time, so I'm not as. It's not as foreign to me. Just so you know.
You're neck and neck is what you're saying. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no, I mean, I was born and raised in the San Fernando Valley, and the industry was never really. I mean, I wanted to be a dancer first, but I guess my first time seeing myself on TV, I was doing commercials. I did a lot of commercials. I've done numerous amount of, McDonald's, Jack in the Box. I've done Bank of America. I've done a lot of commercials.
Big ones.
And like a lot of, some of them have gone, a lot of national commercials. But I sort of came after, and then people would sort of share that back then nationals were like, people would make X amount, but I sort of came in after that. But I would book like maybe 6 commercials a year, or it was just like, that was like my living, I would say. And I didn't really break, or not really break. I feel like thanks to the commercials, I think Nathan, when I went bald for a commercial.
That's what I wanted to talk about.
Yeah. That changed everything for me. I feel like more opportunities opened up because I was only going out for very specific roles. And then when I went bald.
So I know the story. Mm-hmm. Please tell Alan the story of going bald for a commercial.
I thought this was a term, like I'm going bald on this one.
Yeah,
like, I'm leaving all the bullshit behind. I'm going to do it bald, baby.
Yeah, I got a phone call from my agents, and they were like, before we submit you, how do you feel about if this were to go through, how do you feel about going bald? I didn't even think about it. I was like, let's do it. I mean, I've always wanted to have a mohawk sometime in my lifetime. And they submitted me and got the audition. And I did 5 auditions, 5 callbacks. And then they were like, are you sure? And I had like really long hair, almost like maybe a little longer than this.
Yep.
And which
is like mid-back right now.
It was for an Xfinity commercial for like internet. And it was a whole thing. It was like how fast and how the speed. And it was just kind of like, it was like a metaphor. And the whole commercial, it was like the barber didn't even realize he had buzzed everyone. And I was just there sitting, waiting to get a haircut, and he buzzed my hair. And that was like the shot. There was no, let's see what you look like. And they were like, okay, if you see the commercial, which is like a zoom in, they buzzed. That was like my actual reaction, getting my hair buzzed. Yeah.
So they buzz it on camera. It's not like you show up in the commercial bald. You're becoming bald for money.
While they're shooting. It's like a one take, Wow.
You
can't mess it up. But yeah, I did it. And
so if you had like a 666 tattoo or birthmark on your head, this would have been the moment you would have found that out.
Yeah.
But thank God, no. I don't.
Alan, not everybody has the head to be bald. Like there are some weird shaped heads out there. I'm going to tell you right now, I got one. This is like in the back, it's just flat. There's no kind of like out kind of brain case that kind of cradles the back of the what would be the cerebellum back there. It just goes just straight down. But my hair kind of creates a head-like shape, like having cut special like that.
Right.
But
mine's pointy. She
doesn't know what is going to happen. She doesn't know. She's on camera getting her head shaved. She has no clue what's underneath there. She looks amazing bald.
Oh, and that's what opened up doors. How crazy.
It's like
What
it's
a
like
leap
a
of faith.
fantastic look for her that
thank you.
who'd have guessed and who'd have done it, except for this fortuitous situation comes up and she goes, yeah, let's do this. No compunctions.
Yeah,
How
no, it
long
was.
did you spend bald?
I was bald. I went through all the phases. I ended up I just like kind of let it grow naturally. I had a mullet for a while, just like a natural mullet, but I would say for like a couple months. I wish I kept it longer.
Did you reshave it? Like, did you stay bald for a little while? Did you say, well, what the heck? I'm here. I'm going to maintain it for a bit.
I should have, but no, I didn't. It just sort of grew out on its own. And so it was kind
You took some photos. You took some amazing photos.
Oh, yeah, I did.
You were smart
Yeah,
enough to do that.
Yeah, my one of my best friends, he's an amazing photographer. He shot me. We did like a whole, he has all my photos of every angle of me being bald. And yeah, no, it was fun. I would do it again. I would have done it for free. Yeah. So if there's ever, I really did enjoy it. I felt free. I loved it.
Season 9.
Wow.
Season 9, maybe Celina.
Wow. Wow.
Be careful. They might give you mange disorder or something. You don't know what the writers are going to pull on you. And they're like, that's how we get it off. They'll come up with something.
I would do it. I would be excited. I would do it.
It was like a stress leave. She got really nervous about stuff. Her hair just came out.
What's wrong with I was going to say what's wrong with a bald cap, but I guess if they're cutting it off in the thing, that's why they couldn't do a bald cap.
Yeah, that was the whole thing. They didn't want to do a bald cap. They were like very strict on not wanting to do a bald cap.
Even a fantastic bald cap, you can tell is a bald cap. You just say, oh, that's great work. That's all.
Yeah.
But when you're shaving someone's head off, man, there's no hiding it.
Emma Stone did that for that last movie she did. The Bulgaria. Hey, computer, what was the name of that movie?
Bugonia.
Thank you. She did it. They shaved it right there on camera, and she was maybe saw your commercial and was like, "That's it. That's going to open it up for me."
It's kind of one of those bucket list things for actors. Is like to shave your head on camera is one of those things you can do to say, "Yeah, I've got the right stuff."
Especially if you have a bucket head, like you're talking about with that
misshapen
thing you've got back there. That it's a bucket. That's maybe what got it on the bucket list. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much.
I think it's off my list because I kind of know what the shape of my head. I don't want to put anybody through that, much less me.
My head is, just so everybody can picture it, I'd love this, riddled with scars, lousy with scars. I was a rough and tumble child, and so I've had many stitches up there. So if I ever had to shave my head, I would be uncovering a crime scene.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Something I greatly admire because it's something I don't have the nerve to do. Liz, I would never do that.
What? Go bald?
No.
He did it wasn't an actual bald. He went bald cap for Con Man. He did bald cap for Con Man. And we should put some of those pictures up.
There's no risk there. There's no risk in doing a bald cap, but the risk and the courage of saying, here's a life choice for you just for this shot. That's really putting it out there for the project, whatever it might be. That's you putting the project first. That's just, I would never do it. Well done.
Especially for a commercial, because commercials, they don't really think about their actors too much. They're not as kind about actors.
I agree.
It's commercial people. They're much more in the corporate. They're even more corporate than corporate Hollywood. And they tend to not really care.
Now Liz is bald. She's doing some commercials. She's bald. What's the phone call? What's the trajectory? Who calls you and says, hey, you'd be great for is this acting?
No one called me back for commercials. I used to be like commercial queen. No one called me in for a single commercial except the person who casted me. And I think maybe she felt bad. But I didn't get any commercials, like not one audition. But I started getting more auditions for like, oh, she can be a badass. Like I was finally getting those roles that I'd been like wanting to do. I'm like, well, yes, this is what I've been waiting my whole life. They just couldn't see it with the long hair.
Oh, wow.
I'm trying to remember like what did I, I think I forgot what I booked. It was like a pilot. I had booked a pilot, but it didn't go through. But I just kept getting more opportunities.
What would you say your big break was? What would put you through to the next level?
I would say, well, my first like heavy recurring was The Fosters. That was like a first like where I was like actually, I guess like doing more than one episode. And there was like a story arc. And that was like my first, like, I guess, being on set almost like, three times a week and kind of like just, being around like main cast. And that was like my first big, I guess, like role.
What was that? Is that like a teen drama, like a kind of like One Tree Hill type dealio?
It was on Freeform. Yeah, it was about like two married women who adopted a bunch. Like they had like adopted. It's like a family sort of drama. I see. And I played like a DACA recipient, Jimena Cienfuego, and she was like kind of like making her discoveries, and she was like the dreamer. She was like the DACA recipient, kind of representing the dreamers, and who also was discovering her sexuality, liked women as well. And it's like a family, I guess, story. I don't think I'm explaining it right, but it was on Freeform.
I think I almost told you this before we started the show. We started recording was when I first, because you met Terry Polo on that project.
Yes.
She's an old friend of mine. I lived at Terry Polo's house for 3 months when I moved to Los Angeles.
Wow.
She and her boyfriend at the time was a buddy of mine. They married eventually, also divorced. But
she wasn't aware, just so you know, she wasn't aware he was living at her house for 2 of the 3 months.
She had no idea.
Yeah, and then the last month it was a discovery.
Wait, really?
No,
that's not true. Alan, you have to be careful because Liz is very earnest. She will believe you because she trusts you.
I do. I also believe that you say you have a pointy head. I believe it now. I'm like,
no, I do have a pointy. I do actually have a pointy head.
That's
riddled with scars. True. Those are all true. Sadly, lousy with them. You're
bouncing around Los Angeles now. It's so funny that you say to me that you were like raised in San Fernando and that was too far away from the industry to make it like a reality. To me, that sounds like you're a local.
Yeah, no, I feel like it's not really a thing. Like I feel like everyone that I know, it's not. They have like normal jobs, I would say. But it wasn't really something I grew up fantasizing or romanticizing about. That idea of me even pursuing acting didn't come until I was like in college.
Wow.
What did you train for? What did you study to do?
I decided that school wasn't for me, and my parents had like a whole month intervention. They sent me for a vacation in El Salvador for a month. Because I originally wanted to be a dancer. I was like, this is my life. This is what I want to pursue. This is what I dream about. This is what I was just, that's what was my calling at the time growing up. And my parents were like, we need to send her, she needs intervention. And it worked because when I was there for a month, I came back and I was like, okay, fine. I'm going to go to school, but I'm going to major in theater because I want to become an actress now. And they were like, no. They're like, it's the same thing,
What happened in El Salvador that made you change paths?
Everyone would, looking back is funny, but my cousins, my aunts and uncles had like a story. They would always like say like, how important school was, and they would share their, like how school was, life-changing for them. And it was just, they just kept kind of like, they did inspire me, just kind of say like school can make a difference. And, maybe if you do this, if you do that. And I was like, fine. But it was like, I was there for a month. And it was just my cousin. Yeah, it's just like, or we don't have these types of opportunities and you do. And you know what I mean? And I was like, yeah, you're right. I'm going to do it. I'm going to go back, or I'm going to go to school.
But you were going to go back to school to do it your way. That's awesome.
Yeah. And I was an extremely believe it or not, I'm an extremely shy kid. So acting required me to speak or like kind of perform in a different way. Dancing was different because I was just like a body movement. I just felt it was different. But I decided to just kind of like throw myself out there and just kind of do it. And when I performed my first monologue in class, I fainted. Yeah, I was that nervous. I was like freaking out and I fainted and I didn't go back, but there was something in me that I was like, you know what? What's the worst that can happen now? I didn't go back to that class, but I
now that I've already passed out unconscious.
No, but I had like I was like, I couldn't break it in my body. I went into like a full like panic attack, but I was so embarrassed. I didn't go back to that class, but I re-enrolled for like the next semester with a different teacher. And yeah, it was like a different experience, but just to show that I was like not giving up. I'm like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to keep showing up.
Liz, that's incredible.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, that's an elevated level of nerves and excitement and adrenaline that would make you pass out. That's intensity. But also to have it within you to go back and face it again.
Yeah.
To say that I want it this much.
That's madness that you were determined to do something that, like I always hear about actors are like, from the moment I was born, I was making noise and I was causing problems and doing this and that. And I was anything that
I got up on stage and I had such a charge from the audience. It energized me.
So the world is a stage and I'm playing every role I can. And you started off with your knees buckling and falling down and thinking, if I commit myself to this, I might be able to stay conscious. Jesus Christ, that is a huge, that seems like a big hurdle. And it's so cool that it has paid off in such a great way.
It has.
Yeah, no, I never thought, even honestly, even me doing this, it takes a lot for me to even like open up, but it's something that I even set a goal this year. I'm like, I just got to do. I have to keep, work on this and practice. And, but it's every day.
When
challenges.
You say this, you're talking about being interviewed right now by Alan, a stranger, and Nathan, your old buddy from work.
Mm-hmm. Wow. There's still something inside of me that I'm like, I literally did a 10-minute breath work before doing this. But she's still somewhere in here and I'm just like, get out. But it's something that I still have her somewhere in here.
Alan, I'm gonna talk about Liz like she's not here. Lisseth is extremely conscientious.
Obviously, yes.
Like, she wants to do a job. She wants to do it very, very well. Good enough isn't good enough for Liz. So she's extremely concerned always about making sure it's great. To her detriment, I think, to sometimes. Because she frets a little about it, like, okay, what am I doing? But so the fact that she's doing breath work before this interview surprises me none.
Would you consider yourself a perfectionist, or you're just you just are always looking to strive a little bit?
Great question.
I wouldn't say a perfectionist. I think it's just, I don't know what it is, a fear of like saying the wrong thing, or I don't know. Even like my best friend since like 9 years old, when I first met her, they would always make fun of me like, Liz, talk, say something. But it was like years before I opened up or got out of my shell. But it's always been, I don't know.
You're describing a very shy young woman. For that kind of a personality to be, and this is what we tell you all the time, Liz, that you are effervescent, that you sparkle on camera, that you have an energy, that you have a light, that you bring so much that, and I've shared this with you before, I feel badly for people who are just starting out. They have a lot to do in order to shine next to you. It's hard to shine next to you. You shine very brightly. There we go.
It's being very, very kind. Thank you.
Which is why you've asked for fewer scenes with her, because she's just too shiny. She's just shiny.
Exactly. Like, what are you trying to get me to do here? I'm trying to look good up here.
Oh God.
Do you remember your first day on The Rookie?
I do.
What were your first impressions of The Rookie and then first impressions of Nathan Fillion?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, coming into an established family can be intimidating.
Yes.
Yeah. And I was just, first of all, I was happy that we were shooting in LA. The Rookie was shooting in LA because previous to that, I was like in Canada. I was like, am I ever going to be back home? So I was excited that shooting in LA, and I was just so happy.
I'm just going to throw this out there because by the time you got to The Rookie, you were not inexperienced. Southland, Shameless, Lucifer, Grey's Anatomy, Chicago PD, Chicago Fire, Foster's. What am I missing? Station 19, SWAT, all sorts. You're experienced by this point in time. You know what it's like to be a guest. You know what it's like to be on a show. Mm-hmm. And then you get here. It's already rolling. You said you got there in season 5. So it's been 4 years rolling with these people. What was it like?
I was still, there was, my first big, my first series regular role was a procedural. I was a police and I learned a lot and I felt like I didn't really master it. It was like a lot of learning. So kind of going back to like the police world, I was a little scared. I was like, oh my God, I don't know if you remember when I came in, I was always on my laptop and I was like trying to take notes and trying to figure out like, wait, what is trying to understand my character? Cause I was like afraid of being let go or, you know what I mean? So I was like trying to like not mess up. So that was always like, you know what I mean? Like I was always afraid. I'm like, oh my God, like I just want to, how can I stay? Or how can I continue working on something? Is there something I'm not seeing? But I was always on my laptop, trying to just break down something that perhaps I might have missed. I don't know if you remember. I was like always using my laptop.
You're still this way. You've relaxed a little bit. You've relaxed a little bit. But Alan, this is like what I told you. Like you're looking at her going, oh my God, the level of concern here is intense, no?
No.
I have to say there are some people who start out who their response to not knowing a lot because of they're just starting out is to take every little thing that they know and apply it to everything that they see, topped off with an attitude of I know everything. I got this. That if this is done this way, if we do schedules this way on this job, this is how they're always done. So when I go to another job and they're not done that way, I say, why is the schedule not done right? I've had that where people like flip out on their new experiences because they're afraid, they're scared, and they're intimidated, and they respond to that natural fear because you're learning by being a little bit harsh. And that's the bad way to go. Those people are harder to work with. What your response to this is you've obviously you've got a lot more than you're even allowing yourself to realize possibly, but that you're always improving. You're always improving, and you accept that there's many ways to do things. And God, I've been doing this a long time. So has Nathan, and every job is new. There's new ways to do everything. There's certain things that stay the same, but to assume that you know how it's going to be done is folly, unless you are, I think, like a superstar where you come in and you go, we do it my way. And then who loves working with those people? Not me, but yeah.
Do you think, Liz, you have a better grip on it now than when you arrived? Like, do you feel that this thing you're trying to break down all the time on your laptop, do you feel more confident now?
I feel like every season I'm like making new discoveries, and I'm constant. I don't know. Listen, Nathan, I can't wait to look back and just say, oh my God, or it just makes sense. I feel like I'm constantly like trying to make sense of things. I'm like, wait a minute, am I doing it right? Even this last season, I was like, I don't even know if I was like trying to make sense. I'm like, I don't even know if I was playing a different character. You know what I mean? Like I'm like always in that space. I would love to one day look back and say, wow, I'm no longer that, but it's still something that I'm like, and it's hard for me to watch myself too. You know what I mean? I'm like, ugh.
Sometimes it takes years and years to do that.
They're not unique, these experiences that you're talking about. But if I could say anything right now, I would say that across the board, your skill set, your experience everything is aligned correctly and you're doing everything right. If there's one thing that's off, it's your gauge as to where you think you are and where you actually are. How much you're trying to contribute versus how much you actually do contribute. You're doing it. You are on par or above par. You can relax.
Everybody has that, I think, Nathan. I think like we just don't know how we are perceived by others. We just can't.
I don't disagree. Disagree. And like you said, it comes out in different ways. Like in some people, it comes out with fear and anger and that way. Thank God that Lisseth does not have that problem. With Lisseth, it comes out as work ethic. She just wants to work harder and do better. But I'm just saying, hey man, you're doing great.
Feel free to slack off is what he's trying to say.
Feel free to slack off.
Show up to work an hour late. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I'm just trying to read between the lines here.
This is one of those experiences.
Don't know your lines.
I've had this with Makia Cox as well, where I look back and I get it that she joined the show while we were in the run of it, as have you. But at the same time, with Makia and you both, I find it difficult to remember a time when you weren't on the show. You seem very much a comfortable piece of the furniture when we're talking about the rookie.
Okay, can we? I'm sorry. That's
a terrible way to describe it.
That's a terrible. I mean, at least a beautiful Italian, like a $30,000 couch. Did you know couches cost $30,000 in places? Anyway, let's not talk about. I'm trying to.
I just want to put my butt on it. It doesn't have to be that.
It's just, there's couches that cost that much, but she's a $30,000 couch. Damn it, or more.
Liz,
like one of a kind.
You get along very well with the cast, I've noticed. You get along very well with the cast and crew on The Rookie. You're a very welcome part of the community. I noticed you and Melissa hang out a lot. You guys share interests. You go camping.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Where do you go?
Not little camping, Alan. Camping where if you don't bring the right equipment, you will die of hypothermia. That kind of camping.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how we connected. Our first time she invited me to do like a felting and like sheep skinning. We were going to work somewhere. I think, oh my God, somewhere in like Arizona. And it was like an experience together. But yeah, we both love the outdoors. We both love camping and solo camping. And that's how we like bonded and connected. So we both.
Solo? Like on your own?
They go out there by themselves out in the woods. And
I've seen some true crime about that. Yeah, I've seen a few different true crime things.
Yeah, no, yeah, it can be scary.
You said felting. Is this the one where you had the skins and you took the wool off and you made your own wool of sorts?
Yeah, they had like sheep, like it was like hair. And then I learned that you can make stuff with just rubbing hair with water. And then you just kind of like keep rubbing it and it just kind of bonds together and you can make purses, you can make bags, you can make a sweater, you can make anything.
Wow.
I made a little pouch. I made a pouch for my water. So I made like a little water bottle pouch. Yeah.
You're creating textiles.
She's actually out there like level. She would have like zombie survival skills.
Oh yeah, no, I'm ready. I'm ready. I have like a Jeep and my Jeep is all decked out. I have a roof tent on top of my car and the back of my car I've removed like the back and I've installed drawers. So I have drawers are filled with all the necessities I need for just like a random, if I want to camp out tonight, I have everything ready for me to go.
You drive a Jeep?
That's fantastic. That's super fantastic for in a city where earthquakes are a reality too. That's a great little get out. Like, here we go. Grab my cat. Boom, we're gone.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You have a bug out bag on wheels. And do your doors like zip off and stuff like that? Or is it one that has doors that actually latch?
No, they're 4-door. I just open and close. Yeah.
She got a little ladder. She climbs up the ladder to get up into the tent on the roof. So she's never down in the mud and the water.
So acting may just be like something you do for a while, and then you'll be like, look, I'm going to go do another nature thing for the rest of my life. I'm going to go save an endangered species or something. You got skills. been glamping before, Liz? Do you know this? Glamour
Oh yeah,
camping?
I love glamping too. Glamping, yeah. If you have access to like a shower and bathroom, that's glamping.
Right.
But I do love it too. It's nice.
Well,
I have to, for glamping, it also has to be for me. I don't sleep on the ground. I sleep off the
Right.
ground. That would have to be another thing. A lamp of some kind would be, maybe a carpet. That's also
oh,
good.
the luxury, a
A
lamp.
cabin.
Like glamping, glamour camping. If people don't know what that is, still that it is like, it's basically people are cheap. They lure customers out to a hotel that doesn't exist, and they just put up tents over king size beds and call it, you're almost out in the wilderness, but you're on a king size bed. And it's a weird in between place where you're kind of lured into, oh, I'm comfortable, but there might be a spider in your bed. Legit spot. And I have to tell you, my wife, very afraid of spiders, but we went glamping, got in our king size bed. She pulled back the covers. There's a spider about the size of a $50 piece, if anybody remembers them, about a $50, crawling on the sheets. And she just went swish and swapped it off. She's like, oh, okay. I was like, the hell was that? You're screaming at home. But because we were under the glamping category, that's how she responded. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's different when you're glamping. I eat food off the ground. It's just a whole different experience. It's different. But if that were to happen here, if my food falls in dirt, I wouldn't eat it. But if I'm out in the wilderness, I'm just like, just blow it off and
it's clean dirt.
Continue eating.
When you're in the wilderness, the dirt is cleaner.
That's so funny that's where you draw the line. On the list of critters you found in your tent, or like in your, like, oh, there's a blank on me. What would creep me out? What have you had on you that you think would alarm your old buddy Nate?
Well, I've encountered a bear. I learned the hard way to not leave your food outside of your tent, and that was an experience. I thought that was how I was going to go.
That seems like
there was a very hungry bear. And it was funny because
black
at the
bear,
time
brown bear.
It was a black bear.
Black bear, good.
A black bear, but he was determined. He managed. He was like trying. He did open up the cooler and ate everything but my vegan food. But yeah, it's like it's a picky bear. True story. It ate all of my friends' foods, but not mine. It didn't even rip it. It didn't even tear apart my like beyond meat. Didn't even touch it, but it ate everything else. Yeah, but it was like next to my tent. I was like, that's it. I was afraid. You're supposed to make noise. I had like a bear bell. Didn't activate that. I did turn on my car alarm. Like there's like the emergency.
Yeah.
Find my car.
Oh, good idea.
Uh-huh.
I did that. Bear did not budge. He was still that was the most terrifying experience. And it was funny because I had absolutely no service. I had zero service the whole time. But in that moment, I was able to make a phone call. And I was like, this is a sign. I called my brother. I'm like, my brother, because I don't want to scare my parents. I'm like, brother. I was like shaking. I was like, I don't know what to do. There's a bear outside of my tent. And it's like, and he's like, it's okay. Calm down. Where are you? I'm like, I don't know. But it was, but it was just so funny how everything happened. But that was my emergency call line. I had service for that moment, but that was probably the scariest, not an insect, but that was a whole... A wild,
Liz,
wild bear.
I have to tell you, I'm worried about you. This is, we don't know each other but I got to tell you, you should not go camping so much. That is a number one rule. Don't put the food out with the bears when you're in bear country. And don't put it in your tent with you. And don't, you have to put it in places, keep it in the car probably, keep it away from the bears. You're going to draw, any, not just bears, raccoons or honey badgers, different things. You don't, I think you're just cavalier. For someone who says they're shy, you're just like, I'll do it. We'll see. We'll just sort of see as it goes. I'm a little worried about you, Liz. I'm just a little concerned.
Man,
I don't want to.
You seem to welcome the risk factor. Like someone to be your personality type that we're talking to, the kind of the kind of image you're trying to have us process here. I don't know. You seem like a lion-hearted go-getter.
I don't know. I guess it's like a different thing, no?
The acting versus the
Bears?
communing with the bears. Yeah, it is a different thing.
I don't know what it is because I think like more of my shyness comes from, I guess, expressing myself maybe. It just doesn't really come natural for me. It's different, I would say.
Well, one will get you killed.
But experiences, I've done everything. I've jumped off out of planes, bridges. I've done a lot of things in my life, but it's different.
Are you an adrenaline junkie?
I'm starting to believe so.
Okay.
Just during this conversation, Lisseth, you are you're amazing. You're many things. You can't pin you down. I don't want to try because you've encountered bears and made it out alive.
We have a section of our show we like to do where we call Let's Get to Know You Better, where you have to tell us something about you that we don't know.
I know you and you know me. Let's get to know you better.
And just to get us warmed up, Alan, why don't you start us off?
Okay, since I mentioned it earlier, here's something you don't know about me. I went camping in the Gila National Wilderness once with a friend, and he was brilliant at the outdoors. He knows, and it was the wildernesses in this country are states will say from here to there, nobody can do anything to the land. So we know what the land looked like before man came along and started developing it. So this was a chunk of New Mexico, that the Gila National Wilderness, that you can't bring any kind of like if a tree falls over the trail, the park guys have to come in with just hand saws. You can't bring any motors, any gasoline in there. It's just,
tranquil and beautiful.
It was very beautiful. There's even hot springs along the trail. There was a river that ran across it, but the river was the Gila, and it was all throughout, and so you crossed it constantly. And my friend had told me, hey, you're going to want to wear some hiking sandals because you're going through water all the time, and if you have hiking boots, your socks get wet, it's a pain in the ass. So I got some hiking sandals last minute like a jackass. This is also rule number 1, right after the bear food. Don't buy hiking footwear right before breaking it in. Right. So I was wearing hiking sandals without socks on. After the first day of hiking, it was packed. You have to pack everything in and pack everything out. So I had a lot of weight on me. And I ripped my feet to shreds because they got wet all day long. And then where blisters would happen, it just ripped them open. So my feet were a mess. The second day of hiking, I wrapped my feet in there was one that was worse than the other one, in a bandana that I had, and then went hiking. In the mornings, the next morning, we would have coffee. And there was only so much coffee, and food is always so good. Like you were talking about, even when you drop it on the ground, you just wipe it off. Food tastes different, and you have different hygiene. My friend made the coffee, and he used my bandana. He used his bandana to make his coffee, and he used my bandana to make my coffee. And he poured the hot water over it, and that was the filter for the coffee.
Oh my God!
And now you're drinking your coffee.
No, he goes, here you go, and I'm like, wait. Did you use my bandana for this coffee? And he said, oh, right. Oh, sorry. And I said, oh, hell, that's the only coffee I get for the day. And I drank it. That's disgusting.
Alan, I thought this story was going somewhere, and then I thought it was going to go there, and then you drank it anyway.
I drank the coffee. It's open source coffee. I sell it on the website. I'm surprised no one's buying it. It's Alan's open source coffee. It adds that extra kick of flavor. We have weeping sore. We have infection.
Festering blister.
Blister. We're out of festering blister right now. And ingrown toenail. But yeah, I did that. It's disgusting. But what was I going to do? I couldn't not have
I'm waiting
my coffee.
for that Christmas blend of the double toenail. Alan has a double toenail. That was something we learned about him in a previous episode.
Yeah, we learned about that on another in things you don't know about me. But I'm glad I could share that and discuss everyone who listens to this podcast. You're welcome.
Yes. Liz, what is something we don't know about you?
I don't know. Maybe you do. I don't know. But I used to be a competitive fighter. I used to compete.
What?
Yeah. I used to be, I did a taekwondo for 6 years, and that was my life. I did hours of training every day, would compete on weekends. That was where maybe I think my master's, like Master Nick, I think he had like a vision, but I felt like there was a part of my life where that my career was heading a different route as a young gal. But I used to be a competitive fighter growing up.
Oh, I had no idea. And now I want to know, are there times where you're at work at the Rookie, we're just doing some blocking, we're just running through, everybody's holding their script, and you're next to me and you say a line and I look at you and I say, is that how you're going to do it on TV? Do you look at me and you go, there's like 6 different ways I could just knock this guy's teeth out and put him on the floor?
No.
You don't look at
It's
me with like
different.
little digital, like first here, then this one, and then kick here, and then throw to punch. You don't ever look at someone and go, I could take care of this.
No, it's different because I feel like TV, like even TV work or even us kind of holding everything is that it's like we have to, it's for the TV. So it's different.
But 6 years is a long time to train how to throttle people.
Yeah, no, it was my life. I just got into a different type of self-defense. I'm into jujitsu now. I'm learning jujitsu. I'm currently training 3 times a week right now. And yeah, it's fun. It's different, completely different. It's more like
grappling,
lots of grappling and like pulling. But it's fun. We're sort of building like a nice like women community. We're all sort of like now in a group together, and we're sort of like trying to kind of like keep it and grow the community. But it's been fun. It's been nice to kind of get back into it.
That has got to be though an incredible feeling though. Like just to say to yourself, if someone were to put their hand on me, I'm not wondering what to do next. I know 12 things to do. I know 12 different ways to handle this, but does it not give you kind of a modicum of confidence in just dealing with life, saying like, I could handle this situation?
Yeah, no, these are like tools for life. So I'm like, I'm happy to get back into, because there's a part of me where, I mean, I did it for 6 years, but this was also many, many, many years ago where I would like to believe it's still in me. I've never had an experience, or I've never, luckily I've never, had to use any of it. But now that I'm older, it does give me the confidence of like, if anything were to happen, I know there's a chance.
I like your odds with that bear personally. I don't know. Just front kick to the stomach,
yes.
To the picnic basket.
I often ask people, someone out there, there's a young woman out there right now listening to you talk about your experience. And if you had some advice to pass on to them, would you slap self-defense on that list?
Oh, yeah. Especially there's been a lot of like doing the cons. I've had a lot of like young girls be inspired, because I'm always doing, I just started vlogging again. I'm now sharing like some of my daily life experience, or what I do on a day-to-day. And I do a lot of like solo things, even going to the movies by myself. I would definitely, and people have been inspired, like, oh, I'm now doing this. I'm now going, I'm doing lunch by myself, or I'm going to the movies by myself, or even concerts. I love going to concerts. I went to a concert by myself, and that was another cool experience. But I would definitely, if you are listening, definitely just, because you never know. But definitely get into some sort of self-defense class.
Maybe bring some of those jiu-jitsu people with you next time. Yeah, concerts are tricky places. People with all kinds of roofies and shit.
Yes.
I'm feeling very protective. I mean, I would come and I could bring open source coffee, but I live in New York now, so it's not going to happen.
Now, you just mentioned something that we should really touch on, and that's the social media aspect of it. You have incredible presence on social media. The Rookie benefits in a huge way from your social media presence. What's your secret?
What do you mean?
I mean, I want to steal whatever good idea. If you boil down all your experiences and knowledge into like 2 lines of, Nathan, just do this and you'll succeed. Steal this idea. I've worked very hard on this, but now you get it for free.
On social media?
You've got great social media presence. You've got incredible TikTok videos. You're always very expressive and you're always really going for it. You do a lot of lip sync stuff where you really get into it.
But that's fun. I don't know.
Yeah,
I feel
you
like
and Melissa do a lot of stuff together.
Yes.
Your bees in the trap got bees.
out there.
Oh my God, that made me laugh.
Is
No
this what you're
way.
doing on set and you're dressed in your costume and you're just having fun? Or this is
That's
you at
included.
your house?
She does a lot of stuff on set, which is great fodder for social media, great advertising for our show. But she also does stuff, that she's on her own, doing her camping stuff, doing her own adventures and her food and her stuff like that. Like she just has a great ideas to, I don't know, is that branding? I don't know what, you have a
even
flavor
know.
of your attitude. It's all very
I
positive.
do-
It's all very happy.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, no, I do love lip syncing. That's fun. I do love, but these are all like, I don't create these. Everyone is just, it's like, these are trends that are going around TikTok and you just find a trend and your algorithm it changes your algorithm. And I feel like once I see a trend that I like, I hop on it.
Wow.
I feel like and the vlogging is different. It's like a different form of storytelling that I'm trying to get better at. Because there's a difference. There's like an art with like your words, and then there's an art with the visuals. I feel like I do enjoy the visuals of storytelling. It's easier because there's time where I can edit things and put things together. But when you're storytelling in real life, it's you're so good at this, Nathan. I feel like you can You can make picking up a rock from the ground like the most like interesting story in the world. Like you just have this gift, and I'm like, I noticed it. I'm like, oh my God, he's so good at storytelling. But it's a gift. It's an art.
It was a hell of a rock, to be fair. Now,
That's true. Nathan, you still haven't told us your thing that we don't know about you. We've both shared a thing.
Do you want to get to know me better, guys?
Yeah, of course we want to get to know you better.
Okay. I like something I do with my niece sometimes when we get to hang out and to spend some time is we'll watch videos on YouTube. We like watching fail videos.
Oh yeah,
2026 fails.
love them.
And it's people running into screen doors, people with their dog takes off and it yanks them off their feet. Like that kind of stuff really entertains me. But when a video starts with a guy on a skateboard at the top of a big set of stairs, and he goes, "Dink," and he puts the skateboard up on the rail, and the handrail is going zzz, all the way down, I know how it's going to end. I can't watch it. I get a feeling in my chest that is, I can only describe as pain. I get a pain in my chest. Like I can't see. I know he's going to go to he's not wearing a helmet. He's going to go to the body. His head's going to hit the pavement so hard. I'm assuming he survived. I'm assuming he has all his faculties, but I can't just imagine it being an easy process. You can't hit your head that hard, and I can't watch it. This twinge I get when someone gets hurt, slips on ice. Oh, I slipped on ice. I go, I get a twinge of pain in my chest where I'll wince. Like I can't even have the story related to me. Head injuries especially. Knife injuries, like when you're cutting something, you slice through your finger. I don't like metal cutting through skin, man. That's just like...
I think there's probably a lot of listeners out there that just went, hey, in agreement. Hey.
My nephew-in-law just stuck his hand in an industrial fan, a cooling unit of some kind. He was not supposed to be doing that. And it hit him and it cut him up, but good. So they had to reattach some stuff.
Oh,
He lost the tip of one, just the tip, and he also lost the fingernail bed on one finger.
Ooh.
But otherwise his hand is fully functional and he's fine. And I said to him, the doctor said, your hand is going to be all right, but I wouldn't count on it.
Hey now.
See what I did there?
I did. That's a good one.
It's the joke is that you count on your hand.
Yeah, but he's missing shit now. That's
But that's it for me. Whatever that thing is where, when the Schadenfreude, where you laugh at other people's misfortune, for me that has to be like coincidental misfortune or instant karma. Head injuries, That's no. It's so far outside of my. I get a twinge in my chest that makes me. Oh, stop! Like it's torture for me.
All right.
Yeah, no. I feel like the older I've gotten, it's hard for me to watch people get hurt or even fights. People fighting like MMA. I'm like, I can't watch. I just don't want you to get hurt.
I mean, yeah, MMA. Ooh, there's something really thrilling about watching people scrap and trained people. Mm-hmm. This is their profession. There's something really wonderful about the athleticism and what it takes. But when I see a guy get clocked, and you know for a fact he's unconscious, but he's just going over slow, like a redwood, and then the other fellow's going clock, 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 just hitting him like 6 more times before he hits the mat. I'm not into that. I think
so violent,
6
so violent,
unnecessary. He was clearly out. That's where I get a little in my chest.
Well, now we know that about you, Nathan.
We all know each other just a little bit better.
That you get a little feeling whenever that's happening, and
more than a little,
and that you can do some fighting and have been fighting. And I'm a disgusting person when it comes to coffee.
You'll drink foot coffee.
I'll drink
You'll drink blistered foot coffee.
Gross.
Coffee. Yeah.
Open sore blistered
Open
foot
sore coffee.
Before we wrap this up, because I want to keep it to an hour, because I don't want to take too much of your time, Liz. Alan, both Liz and her character on television, on The Rookie, Celina Juarez, not Gomez, are superstitious, spiritual.
Oh,
and throw me another one in there. What's the third one I should be mentioning?
She's fearless. She's unpredictable at times.
And you share that. I will say that you share that with Celina.
absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
you're fearless. You're fearless.
Oh, fearless, yeah.
Conscientious.
Yeah.
But fearless.
Fearless.
Being superstitious and being spiritual. Have you ever, Lisseth Chavez, seen a ghost?
No, but
I thought the answer would be yes, coming from you. I really think.
Not seen it, but I've gotten the feeling of being watched. I'm not sure if that counts, where you just know. And I've gotten goosebumps where I'm like washing I don't know if it's because of scary movies, but I'm washing my face. I'm in the bathroom and I can feel like someone's watching me.
Wait a second. Tell me what night that was. I'll tell you if it was me.
Alan,
Hold on. What?
No more of your excursions.
It's just so I can take pictures. I want to wear your skin like a suit. I would never do that.
Do you believe in ghosts then?
I do believe in spirits, and you're supposed to scare them away and say, I don't want you here, leave, but not like that.
Have
You're
you
supposed to
ever
sound
done that?
scarier. You're supposed to sound like angry. Oh yeah.
You've done this.
It's like it's passed down. My mom tells me too, like I felt like a presence, and she'll be like, get out. Like, I don't want you here. And then whenever I do feel like there's something there, you're supposed to say it out loud so they leave.
Wow.
That
works with regular people too, I've noticed. Get out! Get out! Just shout right at their face, I want you to leave! Jesus Christ. They get that.
Alan does that at the lineup at the bakery, the gluten-free bakery.
Fuck off! You too! Talking to you, Mr. Sandals with socks. Yeah.
All right, Liz, lastly, what does Liz Chavez do to wind down at the end of the day?
I like to just sit down on the couch. I like playing some of my Feel Me Good shows and do nothing. Or sometimes mindlessly scroll.
Feel Me Goods?
Yeah, Feel Me Goods.
I like it. That's great. Feel Me Good shows.
What's a feel good show for you? What do you like? What makes you happy?
I love watching or just rewatching How I Met Your Mother. New Girl, I'll just have it there. It's just, I feel like I'm coming home to old friends and just relaxing and doing nothing.
Wow.
Yeah.
How cool.
Is anybody else excited about the House of Dragons coming back on? Like the new episode was last night, the first episode. Just me? Okay, just me. All right,
I
just
don't
me.
watch that. Yeah.
Liz, thank you very much for doing this. What a treat. Always so lovely. I haven't seen you in a long time, but in about 4 or 5 weeks, we're going to start work again, aren't we?
Yeah, it's coming. I'm excited. I'm ready. And we've had a long hiatus, so I'm ready to get back and do it. Just dive into that routine.
Are you excited?
All right.
Congratulations on season 9. Are you excited? Are you looking forward to the
yes. Congratulations to all of us. Yes, I feel like we were all like anticipating, but you can't really celebrate too soon. But yeah, very excited to go back and see everyone and just to see what stories we're going to tell season 9. So I'm excited. And maybe there's going to be change of hair color for Celina. We'll see.
Mm-hmm. All right, Alan, why don't you bring us in?
All right, that has been another episode of Once We Were Spacemen, and we will continue to be spacemen. Whoa, look at this. We've encountered another planet. This one's made entirely of gas. But this gas is like a nitrous oxide kind of situation. So we're going to have a good old time on this planet. So till next time. Now I need a thing here. I should say something like, stay spacemen. Yeah.
Well, what was the product? What was the product we were advertising?
No, that was the other one, I think. Until next time, stay spacey.
Ooh, I like that.
I'll work on it. Okay, yeah.
Okay. Alan, was my prediction true?
Yeah, I'm charmed.
Right.
I'm blown away. I'm a little concerned, but I also somehow have confidence that she's going to be just fine doing whatever the hell she wants.
She's extremely capable.
Yeah, this is Lisseth's world, and we all just live in it.
That's right. She could teach us stuff about survival.
As long as it's not the jujitsu, because the teaching involves actual grappling, and I'm too old.
There's no way of getting out of that lesson without being in a headlock, and that's just not where I want to be.
No. I don't want. I mean, she's lovely, but I don't need her to start laying hands.
No, I'm too old for that.
It's not going to go well
fall
for
down,
me.
Alan, it's longer and longer before I get up.
Leave me here.
We're running out of rookie people. I'm fast running out of. I've got a couple more. I got a couple more up my sleeve. We got a couple more rookie people to go. But that's a cast I really adore.
I know you do, man. I know. And we can bring in some other people. I'll start calling some people. I swear, I will. One day,
Listen,
see.
You've talked to me about your plans and your invites. Some of the invites you've thrown out, I've said, "Wow, I don't know if I'd have balls to ask somebody." It's weird asking people to be on the podcast. Do you agree?
There's so many, and so you want to be like, for a lot of actors. I don't know if we want to talk about this here, but for a lot of actors, podcasts are when you've got something coming out and you've got to promote something, and and it becomes part of the job of promotion. And so it's a marketing campaign, and your publicist will come to you and say, we've got this and this and this and this and this, and we've got invitations to this and this and this and this. Which one do you want? So it can be like that. Like you'll say, hey, do you want to come on? And they're thinking, oh, I got to hawk something. But ours is less about that. Ours is more just, hey, let's get to know you. Let's talk to you about anything.
That's the thing. I don't think there's a lot of actors saying, I really need to do the podcast circuit right now. I really need to get into that podcast circuit. If we ask somebody to be on our podcast, they're not doing it because they need something from a podcast. They're doing it for us. They're saying, yeah, I'll do that for you. So it's an ask.
So it's an ask. So if you don't know them, it is a bit of an ask. But there's some people that I don't know very well that I would still like to ask. So we'll get into that. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen.
Alan, wrap it up.
Oh, and I already wrapped it up.
Never mind then. Hey, it's me, Nathan. Here's the hot tea. Alan and I have a great time doing panels at conventions. So Michelle Chapman, you've heard her name from Collision 33, said, you guys should do a podcast. It's basically the same thing, but you'll reach more people. She convinced me. Alan liked it. We came up with lots of goofy ideas, some ways to make it more like a panel for Patreons. We got Siobhan Homan and Josh Levy over at Collision 33 on the team. We got a hold of Rabbit Grin Productions for production services. And check this out. The theme song by our friends Carlos Sosa and Joshua Moore was actually for another project, but the bit got cut, so we never got to use it. But we loved it so much, we hung on to it, and we used it for this. He used to have lyrics. Louis Jensen is an old friend, dear friend, very talented artist, and he graciously volunteered to design the logo for us. I just wanted you to know that the vast majority of the team that brings you this podcast is actually a close-knit group of friends. Just know that. And lastly, thank you. Thank you for your subscriptions. Thank you for your reviews. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you for the comments. And most of all, just thank you for listening.
just think that Louis Jensen fakes his accent.
Open Sore Coffee.